Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard, and we're going to have a little bit of a cookout today. Well, we're back at Camp Juliet Mike, so let's roam around for a little bit, and then we're going to sit down and have a little bit of ramen noodle with some mushroom today. Well, looks like this area is crossable now, and I could get over there, but I have my bike with me and I don't want to leave it. And yes, we're very close to a road. I don't want to leave it over here. See if we can zoom in on it real quick. There we go. I don't want to leave it there because even though it's not horribly isolated. Something roaming around over there. It's not horribly isolated. I mean, it's not really super populated either, but there are enough of people that would come by here that might just take off with my bike. So let's roam around down this little path right here real quick. And here's the gear I brought with me. I'll show it to you here in a little bit, but it's just a little small amount of cooking gear. I'm just gonna walk this path for a short moment. Hey, there's a fish right there. There's an actual bluegill, or a little sunfish right there. Wow. Definitely not enough of food to sustain life, but be better than nothing. Oh, there's another little one. Very, very small. I doubt whether I could even catch that one on a hook. Oh, crawdads, bunch of crawdads. So, absolutely. And then we're back here at the trail that we could go up and back out on the main walking trail, but I don't want to do that. So let's head back towards the bike. Alright, so it's going to be a fun day. It's a little warm out here. There's a good chance it's going to rain on me, but what are you going to do? I am wearing different clothes than I normally wear. This is actually a brand new shirt. It still had the tape wrapped on it as it was rolled up. It still had the tape on it. So, and also I'm wearing sort of a BDU pants, and I have a pair of military boots on. Normally you don't see that kind of wear on me, but I was going through a bunch of my my gear, and I have 3 or 4 bags of complete outfits rolled up and stuck in these bags, and they've been sitting there for 8-10 years at least. Honestly, never touched them. Never touched them. Said this shirt's brand new. Never wore this shirt before a day in my life. But yeah, they've been rolled up and ready to go for more years than I can really remember. So thought I'd get them out, and my wife loves seeing me in BDUs, so why not? So I'm gonna get my gear off that bike, and I'll get back over here and show you what we got, and then we'll get started with a little bit of a snack. Alright then, so I got my my small little bag that I made recently, and I'm using that new toggle system that one of my YouTubers had mentioned to me for me to go check out, and I'm really loving it. It's really simple, easy, simple toggle system to make and to use, and it's just fun. It's just fun. So let's stick this in my pocket so that I don't accidentally lose it, because anyway, let's see what we brought today here. I have that small pan, or that small pan. I have a lighter. Oosha! I have a bottle of water. I also have a bottle of water on my bike. I have the 5 remaining pieces of charcoal. Let's see here. I brought chopsticks today instead of bringing a spoon. I have my stove, and I've done something different with that stove. I learned my lesson the last time I was out here. There's 3 little pieces of wire that I'm going to use to lay over the top of it so that my pot doesn't fall this time. I have a thing of beef ramen. Now, I'm not a huge beef person, but that's what I've got today. And I have a mushroom. Now, I also brought along with me, the last thing is, I've got a flashlight, I've got my ranger beads, my compass, a watch, and I have a flashlight right here. Now, this is a Dollar Tree flashlight. It does not require batteries. It's all hand cranked. I love that little flashlight. So anyway, that's what I have with me today, and we're gonna have ourselves a little bit of beef ramen. So first thing I'm going to do is set up this stove. Alright, let's set this down here on the ground. Now, the last time I didn't have anything over the top of that. This time I'm bringing these nice little pieces of, just little pieces of metal here that I'm going to sit up there. That way, when I sit my pan on there, hopefully there's less likely chance that it's going to tip over and fall. I don't have to rest it just on the metal part. I've got these little rods I can rest it on. And here you can see that I have these 3 little pieces of metal now that I'm sitting over top of it, because the last time I was out here cooking I didn't have them, and when I set this on there, it's very, very close to being about the same size, and it slips down in there. As you can see, that slips down in there really easy. So I've decided to fix that problem by sticking these 3 little metal rods there. Now they'll just sit on that right there, handy dandy. Alright, so I'm going to go gather up a little bit of sticks and I'll get right back with you. Alright, here we go. Very simple. First thing I'm going to do is just light this piece of charcoal. There we go. And then just add a few pieces of wood. That'll be enough for now. And then we're going to set these metal rods over top, right like that. Pour our water. And a little bit more. And then we're just going to set that right up there. There we go. Give that time to bubble up a little bit. Getting there. Alright, so while I'm waiting on that to heat up, I have this mushroom and one of my favorite knives, and all I'm going to do is just cut this up into nice little chunks or slices, probably chunks. I prefer chunks. open up my my ramen pack and get the flavoring out of there, get ready to put it in the water, and when I get that done, I'll get right back with you guys. Oh, look at that. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Very, very good. There we go. Look at that. Water's getting nice and bubbly. I think this time I'll be able to add my flavoring to it without it falling over. Fantastic, right? So I gotta keep all of my trash together. I never leave crap laying around. Anything I bring in, I take out. And there's a lot of times I take out more than I bring in. There we go. Get that. Look at that. Oh, looking good. All right. I think it's time to put the noodles in there. Alrighty. Looking good. All right. So that's looking mighty good. I'm going to put my mushrooms in there. There they go. Those are going to simmer up nice. Now I'm going to put my noodles. Get those noodles in there. And normally I'll break these up, but because I'm using chopsticks today, I'm not going to break them up. It's a little bit more than this pot can handle. Yeah, once they get softer, I think it'll... There we go. We're getting it. Oh, there it is. Oh, yes. Alrighty. Look at that tastiness. Some beef ramen noodles with some mushroom. So when that gets completely done, I'll get back with you guys. Alright, well, there is one thing that I'm enthusiastic about doing that I've never done, and I've definitely never done it on this channel. I've been wanting to do some stealth camping. Now, we'll describe stealth camping if you don't know what that is. We'll talk about that later. But basically, it's just going into an area that society or authority doesn't want you in, and you go anyway and spend the night. So I'm making a not very large assumption, but I'm going to conclude that they probably don't want you camping out here at this park. This is a public park. Therefore, here shortly, I'm going to do it. I've never stealth camped. I've never snuck into a public park or something like that and crashed for the night and then took off in the morning. I've never done that before. Just sounds fun. It's something that I want to do, and this park is close to my house. It's wooded. It would be a perfect opportunity for me to kind of cut my teeth on such things. So I think here soon something like that will happen. So I'm going through some of my old videos of when I have done camping trips, and I've looked at what I use on a normal basis, because what I'm going to bring with me is going to have to be a very small pack. I probably will bring my bike. I might bring my bike. I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'll bring my bike, but I plan on bringing my bicycle. And it just seems like something fun to do, and I think I want to try that out. And because I'm going to do it, I'm absolutely going to film it for you guys and show it to you. So as you can see, this is starting to smoke because the fire is kind of dying down a little bit, but the wood is still smoking, which is fine. That water is plenty hot enough for me to let it sit for a few more minutes and let that soak up all the goodness. Right, so we're getting pretty close to snacking out here. There's a road just outside the woods here. Let's see if we can. There you go. If you look through there, let's zoom in real quick. So there you go. There, you should be able to see the cars going by. You can definitely hear them. Now, I'm positive that out here at night, as long as I don't get crazy and have a huge bonfire and a lot of light and all that crap, there is no freaking way anyone going either direction is gonna see me out here. So, and this isn't the only place that I could go. There's tons and tons of places I could go. So anyway, this seems to be a good spot for me to do my first test. But here is the beef ramen noodle. Let's see if we can't. There we go. Look at that tastiness. We got some beef ramen noodle with a nice chunky mushroom, and we are going to devour that with these chopsticks. So while I eat this, you guys enjoy, and I'll get back with you when I get my fill. Oh man, I'm not a huge beef eater, but this smells really good. It is really good. Get a nice little mushroom. Mushrooms taste really good. Alright, well, while I enjoy this, you guys take a break. Ooh, nice little mushroom in there. I'll get back with you when I'm done. Alrighty, well, that was tasty. I think it made me a little hotter than I was before. I've got some leaves here I'm gonna use to kind of clean out my bowl, my pan here. Worked really well. So I'm gonna pack all this stuff up. I will show you that this area is not any worse for wear than when I got here. And when I get my stuff packed up, I will get right back with you guys. I got my stove all packed up, and I got these 3 pieces of wire all fixed up. But I wanted to show you something here real quick. How sometimes I tie things, and this is a good example. Being able to do this. Now this is about 6 wraps or so. I could do a little more, but pretty tight. But if I just threw it in like this, it would unravel, and that'd be that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my finger in here so that I make a loop, roll it around, and I'm gonna stick the cordage through that loop, and then I'm gonna tighten it up. There. Now this is an excellent way of keeping stuff. The problem is if this pulls this loop out, then it comes unraveled. So what I do is I take a small stick and I stick into that that loop there, and then I tighten it down. There we go. Now, fantastic little thing. Now I'm just going to wrap this around here a couple times, weave it in between the stick here, just so that it'll be nice and like that. And then I'm just going to stick it onto this little clip just like that, and now it's on there just like that. Alrighty, so that's just a little way I tie things up at times, and I make sure that they stay tight. When you have that loop, it works fantastic, but if you don't stick something in that loop and then tighten that loop up, then you know your stuff will just fall apart and go everywhere. So that's just a little quick tip for you guys if you haven't seen that before. I'm sure most of you have seen it. It's probably nothing new to most of you, but for those of you who haven't seen it, there you go. Give that a try. And that works on anything. Works if you're putting up shelters. It works if you're tying things to trees. This works on everything. So maybe later on, maybe when we do the stealth camp, we will hang up a bag in a tree or something, and we'll show you how that works in a tree. And here we are. Here is the area. You can see a little bit of ash that fell out while I was taking it to dump. Those sticks right here, I had them ready for just in case, and there are some leaves that I use to clean my pot. But in no way have I damaged, altered, or hurt this land in any way with me being here. Now, I did walk my pot, or I'm sorry, my stove over here, and the wood went down here into the water so that it would not burn anything. So just ash and wood into the creek. It's not damaging that in any way, shape, or form. But I do have all of my gear back on my bicycle. Here is my trash so that I can throw that out when we head up front. And here is the mount in which I put the camera. So I will, I'm thinking about altering that, and I may be doing that soon. But if I do, I'm going to have to destroy this tripod. So there's questions on whether I'm going to do it or not. But it's a possibility. So here's the area. This is one possible spot that I could do the stealth camp in. There's many spots out here. There's places that are a lot better and further away from the road, so I don't know whether or not I want to be this close to the road or whether I want to stay here or not. But we'll decide later. Anyway, this is a fantastic and lovely area. I've not even been over there across the creek there. I've not even been exploring over there yet. I have talked to someone who was over there, and that person said there are no trails over there and a lot of poison ivy. So I don't know. I don't mind the no trails. It's the poison ivy that I can do without.